right, y'all. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Wisdom Through the Seasons, where we share and break down the stigma of sharing our stories. My name is Ariel, and today we have a very beautiful special guest, Miss Ebonie. Thank you so much for joining in this episode.
No
I'm so excited.
problem.
Y'all,
I'm
okay,
excited.
when I say I'm so excited, Ebonie is a candle maker. She is a entrepreneur. She's a mother and a wife, and I'm sure among other things that we're gonna dive into. But Ebonie was like one of the first when I started my candle business or candle making journey. She was like she was starting out on like YouTube. Like I was trying to find people that I could relate to. I think because a lot of the videos that I was seeing at the time, they really weren't helpful. Just being
Mm.
honest, they weren't help. They were like,
Yeah.
okay, you kind of do this, you do that, you do that, and then bam, there you
Right.
go. And I was like,
Right.
how that work? But your videos were very like they were enjoyable to watch. Like I felt like I could relate. Like you
Mhm.
were trying to figure it out. You were very open and honest about like your candle journey. You know, like how some people who get to a point of success in their business and they kind of I don't want to share the wisdom and knowledge that I learned,
Right.
that made me successful, but you get it on your own. And you were the
Mhm.
complete opposite. Like you were very open about the steps that you took to get to where you are, your daily life, and I really appreciated that. And that gave me the courage that I needed to, like, okay, all right, so let me keep going. And I would think in the back of my mind, like when I would hit like a roadblock or something, like, what would Ebonie do? Let me go to Ebonie. And like y'all, when I tell y'all, I would reach out to her like on the like DMs and stuff, and Ebonie would always get back to me. She would always be encouraging. And so like it's something that you don't find often. So when you find people that really are supportive and like they actually mean what they say, you want to hold on to those people, you want to cheer those people on, and you want to support them. So Miss Ebonie, could you please share with everybody what's the name of your business and what inspired you to actually start your candle business?
Okay, so my business name is Luxurious Ambiance, and what inspired me to, do my candle business, or for one, my husband. This is literally what he said to me. He was like, "As many candles as you buy," he said, "you should start a candle business." He said, "Because you got candles everywhere," and that's just how it's been. And we've been married for 14 years, so I've always been buying candles. Like, so when he said that to me, I'm just like, hmm, I probably should.
He on something.
And so that's when I started just to, if you hear my kids, I'm sorry.
Girl, listen. Okay, completely fine. All right, all the mamas who are watching understand.
So when he told me that, I was like, okay, cool. I'm just gonna go ahead and start it, and that's when I just started doing my research part, you know, of my candle business. And then when I started researching it, these boys,
They are
Micah,
completely fine.
Micah, could you be quiet, please? Y'all are so loud. It's like when I start talking, that's when kids get loud when you start talking.
They're like, oh, mommy is trying to do something.
Yeah, oh,
This
she's
my
trying to do
cue.
something. Let me talk. Let me just. And my
This
husband's
my
in a
cue.
meeting.
Look
And my husband,
I like
and my
beauty.
husband, and my husband's in a meeting right now. So it's like, but anyway.
I
So
understand.
when I just started doing my research and everything. I just wanted to learn like the craft part of it first, and then once I started, knowing and learning the craft,
Mhm.
I was like, okay, well, let me dive into the back end part of like the business part of like candle making and stuff. So that's when I started doing like getting my LLC situated, and got a business account. And I said, okay, once I figured out all that stuff, and then it just started like kind of flowing and everything started getting into place. I started sending my candles to family and friends to test out for me. And once like I got it all tested out and stuff, they were like, "Girl, you got this." I was like, I don't know. I feel like I'll be a little biased because
Because
yeah,
it's yes.
because you're my family and friends. But I will say I do have I am blessed to have like, good family and friends, because I know a lot of people tell me all the time and I come across that they family and their friends don't support them in nothing that they do. And I honestly can't relate because my family and my friends, they really do support me. Um so so yeah, I just, that's just like the back. No. So yeah, so that's just the back end, of how Luxurious Ambiance, came into fruition.
Okay. Okay. So how, seeing as that that you are very busy, y'all, she's a very
Mhm.
busy woman. How do you balance being a wife and being a mom and building this very successful business? Like, how, what are some tips that would you give to anybody that's watching that wants to start a business or wants to start a candle business, but their issue, or they feel like their issue is, well, I can't because I have kids, or I have a job, or I don't have, I don't have a lot of money to get started. How would you, I guess this will be a two-parted question. How do you find your balance? And then what would be some tools or tips that you could give to people who are trying to find that?
Honestly, there is no balance. There is no balance, okay?
Listen,
I literally take it day by day. Like, and I cannot make this up. Like some days I'll be like, okay, I'll be having so much energy. I'll be like, oh yeah, my creative,
yes,
juices be flowing and stuff. And then most days I'll be like, I hit a roadblock and I'm like, okay, I am stumped. Like, especially like if it comes to like my packaging or something.
mhm,
Or let's say I'm testing, because I'm forever testing my candles. Even though I have the formula, I still test them. Every time I pour a new batch of whatever candle that is, I know the formula. I have like some set to the side for me, for myself, that I burn, and then I still test them out from that, from that batch that I have made. And I'll be like, okay, all right, cool. Like, and I'm the type of person where I second guess myself a lot. And I'm like, okay, I'm just like, all right, it's fine, baby, it's fine. So Niall Thornton. Oh my gosh. You see how before when we got on here, he was not doing all
Li-
this.
listen, the only reason why you don't hear my kids right now is because my mama is in the living room and I locked the door. That's the only reason you don't hear my kids running around right
Like
now.
I need to lock my door or something because he is just doing the most. Can you just sit here? Can you sit here, please? Thank you. Um, now he blowing my leg. He does this
Listen,
all the time.
okay, this is real life, all right? This is real life.
This is what I'm telling you. Mike, can you go get your brother something to drink, please? Okay. Can you go get your brother something to drink, please? Thank you. So um I don't even remember what I was saying. See, my mind's just that's why I said it's no balance. This is it's no balance.
Okay, so the last thing you were saying was that you second guess yourself a lot. Oh girl, no.
Yes, I second guess myself a lot. It may look like I have it all together, That's the beauty about YouTube. You just you don't really know people behind the camera and like what their struggles are. Hey, be quiet, please. Oh my gosh.
It's all
Um,
right.
you really don't know how like their struggles are and stuff like that, behind the camera.
Yeah.
That's why sometimes I tell people all the time, don't look at YouTube like because I don't ever want people to feel like, oh my gosh, she has all her stuff together and she has no struggles, but That is not the case. I have my struggles just like everybody else. And that's the thing about these videos, they're edited and stuff.
Yeah.
So, it's just hard for people to understand that, sometimes you're a real person and you go through things. I be literally going with the my motions like every single day. And even some days, some days I don't have sales. And some days I do. And then they just start coming in just out of nowhere. And it's like sometimes you get discouraged because you're like, geez, why isn't my customer base like not coming back? They'll leave like these awesome reviews.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, well, why you ain't coming back for another candle? And then Shopify, they'll tell you like where, like, like it says on the thing, oh, your business is doing X, amount is this much, is this the same business
Hmm.
within, it says it on Shopify for you. And
Okay.
then yeah, and I'll be like, really? Then I'll be looking at it, I'm like, I can't tell Shopify.
Like you see something I don't see, cause hell,
Exactly. I'll be like, what analytics is they looking at? Because I don't see the same analytics.
yes,
And
but
it's very discouraging sometimes,
yeah,
Um, even though I am blessed because I do know I probably do get more sales than most candle business, especially like starting out. So
yeah,
I just told myself within like, because I will be hitting my 1 year mark August 16th, for me, having the amount of sales I have had within a year, that is a big deal because I know a lot of people they start their businesses and they don't even get one sale, you
yes,
know? So I am blessed and thankful for that, that part. But I know I still have so much to do and so much to grow, on. So I don't know, I just feel like I'm forever, learning
yeah.
things.
I'm glad that you actually touched on like the fact that you second guess yourself, because I struggle with that too.
Hmm.
And at one point I put, I think, so much energy into like my, I would say like my first collection, or like my first spring collection.
Hmm.
And then it was like I was so worn out and I was like, God, I hope everybody likes it. I hope people buy it. And then I started getting sales, and then it went well. And then it was like that standstill that you were talking about. And it was like, okay, God, do I need to keep doing this? Because it's like, crickets. Like you see the little weed tumbling by, and it's like you got fresh lemonade. It's hot outside, but you don't see nobody.
You're right.
So there was an opportunity that came up to do a vendor's to do a vending opportunity. And I was like, well, I don't know if I should do it. So my mom was like, I call her like my business partner, because literally I do a lot of business stuff with her. And so she was like, so she dared me. She was like, well, I bet you're not gonna do it. And I was like, oh, you gonna try to
You dare
dare
me
me?
now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So that's what we doing. So I did it. And I was overwhelmed, and I was surprised to find out that people that I didn't know, that complete strangers, actually liked my product. Like they were enjoying the different like notes. And I was just like you were saying, like family, friends, some new people along the way, but to actually hear like people that don't know you from a can of paint, it's like I really enjoy what you made. Like it's quality product. I can tell that it's quality. There was another candle maker that was there, and she was like, yeah, I could tell that your stuff is quality because I see this and this. And it was like, it wasn't about, it was more about the I guess like the boost of confidence than it was about the sales. It was
Mhm.
like, okay,
Mhm.
this was my sign to like, you really need to keep going, because it's the more that you feel like you're not doing a good job, or that it's not gonna work, it's not gonna sell, or having these like already these preconceived notions of like as soon as you post, your new collection, that it's gonna sell out. And to be honest, that's really not how the buying process is. People like to look at it, browse, think
Uh-huh.
about it, go back.
Yep.
Oh, let me see. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
You
usually
like what
the
they
process.
say? What's the thing where they say somebody an ideal customer comes back what 5 times before they actually buy it, or is it
Yeah.
6 or something like that?
Yeah, I think, yep, 5 to 7. Five to
Yeah.
seven. They gotta
And
see it.
I didn't see so many abandoned carts. I can't even make this up.
Yes. And I'll be sitting there like, please, but I promise you're gonna like it. It's gonna be so good.
I know, right? I'm like they be looking at blessings. I'm like, honey, I'm telling you, you looking at blessings. The next time you come back and look at blessings, it's not gonna be there.
You won't
It's
like
not gonna
it.
be there. That that's a top seller. So soon as like I put blessings up, it be gone. Like
Okay.
it's crazy. It's crazy.
So that actually, I'm gonna segue into my next question then. Okay,
Okay.
so what I, if you could name like a challenge, if it's the same thing or something different, how do you face challenges in your business? So like, would you consider yourself like an introverted person?
See, that's crazy because my friends they'll tell me like, it's called something else because I'm introvert sometimes, but then I can be extrovert as well.
Okay,
I
so
forgot
that's
the
a certain
name
person.
of it, but it's like you can be both. I don't know
I
the
don't
name
know
of
the direct the actual name, but what
it.
I say is I'm introverted with extroverted qualities. That's
Right.
what I say. Yes. Yes. Introverted with extroverted qualities all the way.
Right.
So okay, so I wanted to ask that because um like you were saying, like with there's so many different ebbs and flows in business, and that's one tidbit that I do want people to understand. Like if you are new and you want to start a business, like you have to already have in mind that you're going to have to be patient with yourself. Like look at your business as a seed.
Right.
And I could say for me, like one of the challenges that I faced in my business was like thinking that as soon as I released, I worked hard on this, I really invested in all of the supplies, blood, sweat, and tears. I did all of that. Put myself out there. Okay,
Yes.
so embarrassed, like y'all, please,
Yeah.
this is what I got.
Yeah.
So uncomfortable, and then this expectation that, oh my god, like people are just gonna rave about it, gonna love it, and it did
Yeah.
not go the way that I thought it was gonna go. And usually when I have that type of thinking, for me, like I would try to sabotage myself because of that. Like, see, it didn't work just on the first go. So like my advice to anybody who wants to start a business but is unsure or may have some feelings about it, start your business with the expectation of being patient. You're going
Right.
to have patience throughout your journey. It's a
Mhm.
seed. And just like with a seed, it takes time for the seed to grow, and it takes time for people to, warm up to you and what you have to offer, especially if it's, either somebody that you don't know. And
Mhm.
sometimes even with people that know you or recognize you, they still may be like, oh, okay, what you trying to do? Because this is something new that you're sharing. It's a new
Right.
experience or a new
Right.
part of you that they haven't experienced before. So
Mhm.
that was definitely my challenge. Like I really thought going in that it was gonna be like bells and whistles, and child, it was not bells and whistles.
Right.
And I was so quick to give up, and God was like, what is
Yeah.
you doing? And now that anything that's worth doing, it takes time to do. So
It
you need to
does. And
be
especially if you're
patient.
passionate about it.
Yes, you're gonna
Yeah.
have to be patient with it. So I'm still working on it. I'm still working on
Yeah.
it. But what would you say has been a challenge for you in your business that you faced that you were able to come out of and see the brighter side of?
Um, I would say for me that I didn't go in with any expectations.
Okay.
Um, I'm I'm very hard on myself. So I know if I go in with all these expectations and stuff like that, then the most likely it's probably gonna, I'm gonna be all down in my feelings and upset about it and stuff. So this go around, because that's another thing, another backstory a little bit. So I used to be a makeup artist, and my husband's military. So we moved up here in 2019, and I pretty much had to I wanted to start over my makeup artist business
Okay.
all the way over up here, but it's really hard, because makeup clientele, building that makeup clientele, especially coming from a successful one in Dayton, Ohio, because I was there from 2013 to when we got here in 2019. So
Okay.
building that business up was just like how you said, it was just like this one. It's just like Luxurious Ambiance. Because when I first went into my business, I wasn't getting clientele like that. I wasn't, it was very slow. Very, very slow. And then as I started getting more clients, I want to learn more about the skin. So I'm also a licensed esthetician. So
Jack of all
so
trades.
I finished aesthetic school. Now I feel more comfortable, with just a lot more things, with makeup artist skills and skincare skills. Because now, when a client asks me, how do I treat my rosacea, or my
Mhm.
hyperpigmentation, I feel more confident just, telling them, how to do it. But it wasn't always like that. I wasn't having a whole bunch of clients and stuff like that starting off. So at that time, I wanted to quit. I went to my husband. I said, "Oh, I said maybe it's just not in the cards for me to be an esthetician because or a makeup artist because I'm not getting clients like that." And he's like, "No." He was like, "You go stick to it because I know you're passionate about it."
Mhm.
And I'm the type of person, I'm harder on myself than I am on anybody else, pretty
Yeah.
much. So if I'm not performing the way that I feel like I should be performing, then I automatically shut down, completely just shut down. So for me, even in Luxurious Ambiance, I didn't have any expectations because the first time I had some expectations, I was let down. So for me, I feel like with not having any expectations was better for me, because not having those expectations, I didn't even see my business. I didn't even foresee me having 25K on Instagram. That's something I never saw from, especially within a year, you know,
Yes.
especially within a year. I'm like, I said, who? I said, Lord Jesus. I said, I said, oh, Jesus, you must love me. I'm just highly favored with this business, even though my last business, it was doing great too. But I
Mhm.
think it's a little different. Product based businesses are way harder than actual services
Yeah.
businesses. So um my challenges for this business, and I feel like I overcame, was making a channel for Luxurious Ambiance.
Okay.
Because I had my other YouTube channel, which is Ebonie Lemae, and I was doing beauty and skincare and tips like that too. But I was like, let me document my journey as a candle maker because other people might actually be going through what I'm going through right now, just trying to figure this thing out. And then I know what you mean when you said you look at other candle makers and stuff on YouTube. And that's something that I didn't want my channel to be. And it's crazy because a lot of people tell me my videos are informative, but I don't even know I'm being informative. I guess that's just who I am.
Yes.
I don't try to force it or, oh, this is going to be an informative video and blah, blah, blah. And, step by step. And I don't know. I just didn't want my channel to be like all the other candle makers, out there. So I was like, okay, let me document myself, do vlog style, showing my process of how I make candles and, you know, um, all that stuff. So I think the challenges for me was for taking myself from a service type of business to a product based type of business, because when you do service types of, um, businesses, people can actually see your personality
Yeah.
and like really like you as a person. But when you have a product base, it's just like about the product.
Yeah.
So by me creating that channel, I wanted people to actually see who I was, the person behind Luxurious Ambiance, because I just didn't have that control anymore, from coming from a service based business. So yeah, so that's just how, that helped me. That was like one of my challenges, trying to separate my mindset from two different styles of businesses.
I hear that. And honestly, I'm glad that you said that, because it sounds like when you let go of expectations, or like what you think something is gonna be, then it gives room for you to really flow authentically. And then it's that authenticity that people latch on to, and then they want to, subscribe. They want to see like what your products are about, because that was the thing that got me. It was like the fact that you weren't trying to be like, yes guys, I have a pen and the pen is pink, and you can do, but it was like, just
Uh,
how you were, like kids is running around, they
a
screaming and
girl, and
yelling.
you see my 3-year-old, he always ordered. He was like, I remember I was putting my first video up, and I was trying to do my candle studio. I think that was like the actual one of my first candle studio vlogs. And I'm trying to put stuff up. This boy is under the rails and under the bars and just doing the most. And this room is a hot mess. And I'm like, this boy is doing the most in this video. But I was like, you know what? This is just my life. I'm just gonna record it, because that's like what was going on. I was in the midst of me trying to, you know, be in my creative space, but then here I go. I still gotta be a mom too.
Right. And it was that, I think that was really freeing. Well, I can speak for myself, and I'm sure other people that watched it, but it was freeing for me to see, like, you can, there it's, I think we have like this notion of like, if things are not polished and if it's not presented perfectly, then people are not gonna want it. Versus like, I got stuff everywhere. I got kids screaming, crying,
Girl.
yelling. I can edit that part out. I can mute them, but you still gonna see them. Like I was telling you before, like, y'all see this new piece of decoration right here? You can thank my 3-year-old daughter. She said she wanted to add a piece of decoration.
Yes, she
And like,
did.
and it was like, to see that, to see like, you don't have to structure it in this perfect way, because when you strive for perfection, you lose a big part of, if all of your authenticity that makes you,
Right.
that makes your business stand out. And I think as wives and as moms, I think we already have that upper advantage, because we naturally know how to like multitask. We have to do it anyway.
Right. Right.
So in business, especially if it's something that you're creating that you love and that you enjoy, if we just allow ourselves to just flow naturally, I think more people would be able to relate to us. And if we just let go of that expectation of things have to be perfect, they have to be A, B, C, or they
Right.
could just be LMNOP. They don't have to be at the beginning like we think they do. But once we get, I guess, put into practice, just letting things just flow naturally how they flow, that people
Mm-hmm.
will pick up on that, and then they'll see like, okay, I do want to invest in like, the things that you're passionate about, because I can see like the consistency that you're showing on your vlogs is like, you're a regular mom. I'm a regular mom.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a cool mom. Like you give that. So people naturally will wanna invest into that, because they're investing in you, because that's what you're giving them. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad you said that, because I needed that too. Okay. So for any moms who want to start a candle business, I'm gonna say a candle business specifically.
Mhm.
What advice would you give them for starting a candle business?
I would definitely say take a look at who you are as a person. It's easy to get, jumbled up in everybody else's things, or like what they're doing or what you see the next person doing, but just take a step back and think about, why do you want, your business, your candle business, and what is it about your candle business that's gonna make you stand out from anybody else. And it's like that, because that all comes down to like the name, your mission statement, or whatever, it is about your candles. For me, because I love everything to be like aesthetically pleasing. And I know some people be like, girl, how you keep your house clean with them kids? Because my couch is white. I have a white rug now. I got a white rug now. And my husband, he already said, he said, oh, they about to kill this. And I said, no, they not. Because my boys already know not to go in my living room. We have a certain place where you eat at, sir. So they better not be bringing no stuff in my living room. But because of who I am, and my husband knows about me, I've been loving home decor since, I don't know, forever. Since, I don't know, probably since I was a kid, like 10, probably, when my mama would do home decor and stuff around the house. But the thing is, though, with candles, sometimes they don't match that home decor.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's who I am. I just want everything to be aesthetically pleasing. And I really do believe that my candles can match anybody's home decor aesthetic. That's my mission statement. You get what I'm saying? Because I really do. I do believe that. You can put my candles anywhere. It's going to flow with anybody's home decor aesthetic. If you got zebra print, cheetah print, whatever, you get a black luxurious ambiance candle, it's going to match. You get a white one, it's gonna match. You get a cream one, it's still gonna match because it's just a neutral tone. I do love neutral tone, but I just tell people all the time, figure out what it is about you and yourself, and you put it into your candles and your packaging. And everybody knows I love the color pink too, so that's why my packaging, I have those pink hearts and stuff.
Same.
So I really do just put myself into my business. And I think that's why I get a little bit,
yes,
flustered, or I take it personal. If somebody tells me, like, leave like a negative review or anything, or don't even say anything nice about them, sometimes I'm like, dang, I took that personal. That's like a personal attack on me as a person.
Listen, I feel like, you done disrespected my baby. Okay, this was my baby.
Yes.
Disrespected.
I just be like, don't do that. But that's literally my advice, though. Just put yourself into, your business, figure out what you want for your business, and then take it from there.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good. Okay. Okay. Any, what's your favorite product of yours? And why is that your favorite product? Like, what's the story behind your favorite product?
So when I was looking into candle making, I didn't see, I was trying to make my wax melts stand out. And
Y'all, let me tell you this right now. Okay, I'm gonna put all of her information in the description, but listen, do yourselves a favor. I want y'all to go to her YouTube. Don't just go to her Instagram. Okay, no, go to her YouTube channel. Okay, she has a few videos on them wax melts, y'all. When I say absolutely beautiful work, gonna bless your life. You welcome. You welcome. Okay, I just had to say that. Oh, girl. Garden wax melts are beautiful. Okay.
Yeah, so like, how it is as a candle maker.
Yes.
You feel like everybody is doing the same thing. Like, they'll do like the clamshell, wax melts, or even like I saw this one girl. She was doing the individual wax melts, and I thought that was very creative, because how she individually like wrapped each one of them.
Wow.
And put them in like these boxes, and they literally look like candy, like hearts, like that you got from a store or something. And when I tell you, it's like stuff like that, it's like, that is so creative. You know what I'm saying? And I respect somebody's like creativity when it comes to them trying to bring a product to life, because you literally be trying to make yourself stand out.
Yes.
And this, because it is a niche. Candle business is a niche. It's a niche. So when I was coming up with my concept for my wax melt truffles, I went through everything. I was like, I would put them in like the little candy thingies, like I'm talking about the Reese cup looking
Yes.
truffle, like truffle paper. And then I had made them like that. But then like I told you, I sent them to family and friends, had them test it out. Boy, when I tell you, the packaging just went bananas. It went crazy. It went everywhere. But it didn't deflect from the scent from the wax melt. So of course everybody still used them or
Yeah.
whatever. But also I'm a thing like when it comes to presentation. I love when presentation is just executed, properly. So then I was like, went back to the drawing board. So I was like, maybe I should just put them inside and kind of like make them stick together. And it's kind of like you get two wax melts in one. And that's what I decided to do. So then, just that from that moment, I was like, wax melt truffles, truffle wax melts, literally look like candy, and in a packaging. And that's what my concept came up with for that. And I just ever since then, it's been the wax melt truffles are definitely one of my top sellers too, just like blessings. Everybody loves them. And I'm thankful because I really worked hard on that concept.
Yeah,
I
yes, you
really
did.
worked hard because I was like, it's nothing like that out there in the candle world.
I was blown away when I saw it. And like the again, y'all, she really takes you through the process in how she makes it. So it's not like she could have been like, nah, y'all, this is my idea. I'm not sharing it. But she shows you how to make it and the amount of detail and like care that you put into making this beautiful product. It is absolutely gorgeous. Like it's like the type, how people get like those like you can use them, but they want to keep them as like collectible items. Like I don't even want to blow it. I just want to just keep like her stuff looks like that. Like you don't even want to use it. You just want to keep it. And like if the wind blows, you get a whiff every now and again and it smells really good. That's a bonus. But it is really beautiful. And I think the creativeness in me really appreciated that aspect and how you actually took the time and like the care that you put into making what you enjoy making. That resonated with me because other stuff that I
Mhm.
was seeing, it was like, okay, yeah, you put it in there. And same, I'm very sensitive about my candles. I'm so
Mhm.
sensitive about it. So so to see like it wasn't something that you just put together because you wanted to make money, but again, you were so authentic with even how that process came together, and then how you like articulated that process to us. It was like, oh my goodness, y'all, this is really possible. So like I would encourage y'all to go and binge watch her YouTube channel. I'm telling you, even if you don't want to do candles, if you don't want to have a candle business, it's fine. But just to bless your life, okay? She talks about home decor. Listen, okay? There's some YouTubers that I just watch just purely off of aesthetic. Like it's
Mhm.
just like a common aspect in your videos.
Yeah.
Like you top tier, you do
Oh,
that.
well, thank you. Thank you.
I might not be making candles that day. I just want to watch it because it's common to me. My kids got on my nerves. I don't want to talk to my husband right now. And you know what? Just give me a glass of wine and let me just play your YouTube video. Oh my girl.
People tell me
Yes.
it's therapeutic. They be like, it's
It's
therapeutic to
very
watch.
therapeutic.
And I'm like, dang, is it?
No, it really is. It is so therapeutic. And it's like when you come across things like that, you want to be able to have that type of influence on other people. So I would
Mhm.
encourage people who want to start like a candle business to really think about like what makes you you and how you can, give that I would say like muchness to people in your world or on your side of the corner. I know like in business they say, you want to find, like your target audience, and that is true,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
I really do believe that people can smell when you just want to just sell them something. Like
Right. They
they
do.
can sniff that. So like
Yeah.
if you're being like yourself, if you have, a story that you're telling in the products that you're making, people will be more more open to actually hearing what what type of products you have. Why did you make that? Like, why is that important to
Mm-hmm.
you? You'd be surprised to find that there are more people that are like you or similar to you than actually not. So like,
Mm-hmm.
I think that was something that tripped me up a lot, because I was in a researching process trying to figure out, like, okay, how
Mm-hmm.
do I do this? How do I, start this, as a business? And like, you want people to like you. So you have to do, it was so much like unnecessary, ball and chain that wasn't
Yeah.
needed.
And I feel like a lot of people just get wrapped up in like they when they see people as competition. And I just that's just never have been me. That's not the type of person I am. I don't have that bone in my body where I see people as competition. If I see a candle maker, I'm just like, hey girl, did that. Like I'm like, that is beautiful. But
You
even
really
like
are.
even in the content creation world, my other channel, with home decor and stuff, it's a lot of home decor, channels, and I'll be looking at them like, dang, she did that. I'm like, ooh, that's a nice that's I like how she styled that. And it's like no hate or something, but a lot of people in this world are really vindictive and hateful and jealous and stuff, and sometimes they just don't want to clap for you, and that's okay. I'm gonna need you to stay over there with that negative energy because I don't want it. you know but I know I'm not like that because I do like to help people if I can. I tell people all the time, if I can help you and I know something, I don't mind sharing it. So
Yeah, you've been about that. Like, when I reached out, I was like, I don't know if she gonna answer like my stuff, but I'm gonna reach out. And like, every time I had questions, or like, even if I was just feeling discouraged about like the candle making process, like, you were so, yeah, girl, I got you. And like, you don't find that often, because as is, women of color too, like, it is
yes.
a candle making is something that a lot of people like to do and make. And if they
Mhm.
can sense like, oh, you do have a good product and it's quality, and sometimes they can kind of feel some type of way about, like, okay, well, my stuff is
Mhm.
like, there is so much room and space for everybody to bring
To
their,
grow and to
yeah,
thrive and to just bring
yes,
yourself into your work and you know your company because it is your company.
yeah,
All these, like I tell people all the time, like how many pieces of bread, like bread companies, are in like Target, Walmart, and all these other places, and they literally right there by each other.
yeah.
You think Sarah Lee care what is it? Nature? Is it nature got
Nature's
going on?
girl, yes, Nature's Garden, and Sarah Lee is like, you getting bread? Oh, I'm getting bread too. Well, great,
Okay,
come
exactly.
on
So just come on, girl. Bring this brand together. It's just like with the, different milks, different yogurt companies. Like, it's just so many different, items in the grocery store. And it's the same thing with candles and stuff. So I just don't understand why some people get so upset if somebody else is over here winning. So all the time, like, your season will come. Everybody has a season. Everybody has a season. They do. So just wait for your season. And sometimes, and that's why I'm telling my sister. I was telling my sister about this, and she was like, um, she told me she was very proud of me because she said, you're like one of the hardest working people I know. And she said, you've always been like that. You put your mind to something, she said, and you do it. And she said, I've never really seen you drop the ball with something because that's just your personality. And I said, is it? I said, well, thank you. And she said, well, you're welcome. Yes. So when she saw Luxurious Ambiance growing like that, and it's honestly from the rails,
yeah,
because let's be clear, if I just posted a dang on picture, I honestly feel like Luxurious Ambiance gonna be growing like that. But since the wave of the world is like video
yeah,
and short videos and stuff like that, now I was like, let me put my hand in this and just do it and stay consistent with it, because that's also a thing. You kind of got to stay consistent with stuff if you want to see, any type of growth. But a lot of people just don't know my struggles sometimes, like even like with growing because I had to start over my other YouTube channel, which Ebonie Lemae, and it wasn't growing, like that. And then I was like, I'm a content creator. I love making content. I really do. And so I started that channel over just to kind of niche down a little bit because I probably was a little bit over the place. And YouTube don't really like when you change niches and stuff like that. So I feel like they wasn't pushing out my content anymore. So with that in the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, I'm starting Luxurious Ambiance on Instagram. Let's see what happens. 'Cause I'm not really good with growth. It just don't come to me like that. But my sister was like, that's what I said. She said a lot of people just don't know how long you've been a content creator and how just now you're seeing this type of magnitude of growth. And she said, I honestly feel like, she said, I'm thankful to have you as a sister because she said it's very humbling. She said you're such a humble person. She said a lot of people don't know that until they talk to you. Because she said I have a resting bitch face, but
Listen. Okay, listen. All right. Sometimes you just be tired and you look,
I do be tired.
I can't even try to put up a smile. I can listen, y'all. I'm tired, but if you need something, I'm here. Like,
right. And I promise you, I will help you if I can, honey. But don't be afraid to come talk to me because I do feel like sometimes, my face is kind of like intimidating, just a little bit. I don't know why. I feel like I get it honestly. My mom and my grandma, they always frowning, always frowning. I get it honestly. So
what's wrong? Nothing. What you doing?
nothing.
I asked my mama does that too, where she frowns, and I'm like, Mama, what's wrong?
Yeah.
She's like, nothing. I'm just thinking. I said, well, you
I'm just
frowning.
thinking about
like,
something. Yeah.
Oh, it was. Yeah, well, you was in deep thought, child.
Okay.
I don't know what you was thinking about, but somebody pissed you off the way you was looking like this.
Listen, nobody don't even piss you off. You just be in your whole world.
And now my daughter does it. Like, oh, okay, all right, girl.
She get it honestly. She get it honestly. She can't help it. She can't help it.
I don't put it past her. She already 30. I'm convinced. I'm convinced.
3 going on 30. Ooh,
3 going on 30. But okay, my last question. Any words of encouragement for anyone who is starting a business, or any word of encouragement that you just want to share?
Like I said, just keep going. Don't let the outside noise, distract you. Just have tunnel vision.
Yeah.
Hone in into your own craft. Don't worry about what we doing. Don't worry about what this candle business doing. Don't worry about what that candle business doing. Just hone into your own craft and just don't have any self-doubt in yourself. Just know you can do it. And I promise you, you will definitely do it. Like everybody's here for a purpose. The Lord put you here for a reason. So just gotta figure out what that reasoning is. Gotta tap into it.
Tap, tap, tap in.
Yep, tap in.
Okay, where can everybody find you? Now, mind y'all, don't worry. Okay, I'm gonna put all of her information in the description so that y'all please follow her. Go subscribe to her YouTube channel because I promise you it's gonna get you right. It's gonna get you encouraged. Okay, you're gonna feel peace, you're gonna feel calm, and you're gonna feel like you're not by yourself. All right, you're doing it exactly the way that you're supposed to do it. Okay, go follow her YouTube channel. But where can they find you on all of your socials?
So on Instagram, you can follow me on Luxurious Ambiance. And if you want to go follow me on my personal page, it's Ebonie Lemae. And then the same thing with YouTube, Luxurious Ambiance and Ebonie Lemae. And you can just find me on my website at www.luxuriousambiance.com. So yeah.
I just love you. Okay, I just love you.
Oh, thank you. I love you too, girl. And see, I don't even know you like that, but see, I just know when I meet quality people. It's just a vibe. You can definitely tell when somebody being fake.
We're gonna talk about that off camera. Yes, indeed. But y'all, I love y'all, and I really hope that you got some encouragement, you got some practical tools, because I don't just want to just give y'all like, Jesus wasn't just like, all spiritual, but he was also practical. And I want you guys to know that if you are a candle maker, if you have a different type of business and you are struggling, or you just honestly you just feel discouraged about, the growth of where you're going, please know that you are not by yourself. You are not alone. Okay. Ebonie has a successful candle business, and you heard it from her herself that she still goes through ebbs and flows. Okay.
I do.
I am going through ebbs and flows. So you
Yes.
are literally not going through this by yourself. So if anything, be patient with yourself. Remove those high expectations that you think that you should have about your business and about yourself, and just really show who you are authentically, and I guarantee you, you will attract your people. You will attract
Yes.
your tribe. they
Mm.
will they will sniff out that authenticity like white on rice.
Yes,
It's
it
gonna
will.
All right, y'all, but until next time, I will see y'all later. Bye bye.
Bye.